Hello.
Here's our waiter. What's your name?
Erdan. So nice having you here.
Yes, thank you for hosting us.
Please, it's a pleasure.
Mirmanjas. After about 17 hours of traveling, we finally reached our first stop in our trip to see the entire world. We are here in Tirana, Albania. Later in this episode, we will show you the Grand Park of Tirana with a huge artificial lake. And we're gonna take the longest cable car in the Balkans to the top of a mountain. But first, we're in Skanderbeg Square. The man on the horse behind me is born George Castriati. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but his story is really cool. He was born a noble in Albania and was taken away as a hostage to the Ottoman Empire. There, he was educated and trained under the Sultan for 20 years. In about 1443, he turned on the Ottoman Empire and rejoined his Albanian brethren. From there, he was a single military leader and fought off over 10 Ottoman Empire invasions. His name means Lord or Leader Alexander, and he was named that by the Ottomans, comparing his military ability to that of Alexander the Great. This mural on top of the National History Museum is called The Albanians. It was done by 5 Albanians and is an example of socialist realism art. It was done for this museum's opening in 1980. It tells the story of how Albanians fought off occupation throughout history. The current Albanian flag has a double black eagle emblem on a red background, similar to the one that Skanderbeg held up in battle. We're at Oda. What we hear is a traditional Albanian restaurant, and it's really hard to find. It's actually down an alley, but let's check it out. It smells delicious.
I'm so excited. Look at it. This place is so cute. And it's recommended on TripAdvisor. Good job, guys. There's like nobody here.
Yeah.
This whole place is to ourselves. Guys, I'm so excited. It looks so original and quirky and characteristic. Like, look at all the little paintings behind us and photos. It feels like we're in somebody's living room. Here we have the fregres, which is the cottage cheese and peppers, and some kind of bread that we eat it with. So we're gonna dive on in. The peppers are great.
Do some of the cheese and the peppers on the soft bread. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly like you're having a stuffed pepper. Like Hati said, the peppers are delicious. The cottage cheese, normally in America, you just have cottage cheese like as dessert or breakfast. It's like a snack. Here's like warmed up. It's just, you know, like stuffed cheese and a pepper, and then you got the bread to go with it. It all goes together really nicely.
Apparently the party is just now getting started because she brought out our rice balls. She said they're very, very warm, and the music just got turned up louder. Tell us about what we're about to dive into next.
All right, here we have a rice ball, rice and spices. So it looks like this. So obviously the cooked rices, some peppers or something like that in it, you can tell. It is hot. It's like a little mushroom shape. Definitely nice crunch on the outside. Yeah, you can definitely taste like really good spices that I'm sure are very reasonable here. Yeah, nice crunch on the outside and packed with rice on the inside. Now Nothing's like mushy. It's just like perfectly cooked rice and like a little bit toasted rice on the outside.
These spices are incredible. Like, the cottage cheese and peppers are really good, but I think I like these better. Like, these are incredible spices. And like you said, the rice is cooked evenly and just a good crunch. It's delicious.
So this top one is what we got. And here's what it looks like. How does it taste?
Well, I just want to start off by saying this is not what we thought we ordered. We thought we were getting something else, but that's fine. This still looks great. It's with honey, nuts, and eggs. It's like a cake. So let's try. Yeah, it's like a flourless cake, and I taste a lot of honey. It's good. We have found a traditional Albanian store, and at this store, we're going to get our patch.
We're at the Grand Park of Tirana, where there's a huge artificial lake with tons of birds and other wildlife and some amazing restaurants. Just getting halfway around the lake, we had to take a pause, get some coffee and some beer, but it was really amazing and very relaxing. And now we're gonna continue on our way. So much for swans never making any noise. They definitely hiss. And there's a dog right here, and this swan is not happy. So here we have our 3 different lanes. To the left is the walking path. In the center is, I guess, the running path, which is great because it's like rubberized, like a rubber track, so that you're running, it doesn't mess up your knees and your joints. And to the right, we have a nice bike path. As you can tell, we're in the middle where the running path is, but that's okay.
But it feels good on our feet.
Yeah.
Look at all those chickens. Man, just look at these mountains. They're beautiful. Why is it that mountains just never look real? They always look like a painting, but it's super beautiful.
We're on this bike trail, which I know we're not supposed to technically probably be on, but the walking trail is just along the outskirts. Yeah, so this is gonna be a problem.
Do you think we can jump across those stones? Do you think that's what they're there for?
I think that we can jump across these stones. And yes, I do think this is what it's there for.
I don't know.
This should be the first time. The problem is getting from here to here is no problem. There to there is no problem.
It's that gap.
This is the gap. This is the gap that's a problem.
I say we just turn around and actually go walk on the walking trail.
Dang dang. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. All right.
This is why you gotta follow the rules, kids.
And the walking trail is like kind of hard to get to. Okay, now we're on the walking trail. Hopefully we have no more water hazards. So we came in on this entrance and we've been walking along this trail. We kind of went up here a little bit to the hill and then we've been walking all along the water and we're currently here. We're gonna make our way to this area to get some of the sunset. And we'll probably leave the same way, but there's this whole other part of the park that we haven't even been to.
And you see in the lower left-hand corner, there's a arrow to the zoo, which we saw it on like a street sign, but we're kind of running out of time and we didn't see it clearly enough. Like, I think that's just completely outside the park, but if you're here in the Great Park and you want to go to a zoo, this is how you get to it.
And this is why we came to this park in the first place.
So we just made a stop to get some traditional Albanian treats. First, we have these Byreks, which have the phyllo dough on the outside, and this one is stuffed with, we believe, just to be spinach. And we have two Albanian desserts. One is, she said, an amaretto cookie, and one is like a little pastry dish made of eggs and cream.
Now it's time for dessert. We'll start off with the amaretto cookie.
Yeah, really good. Strong taste of amaretto, and you know, not too hard. A nice soft cookie.
All right, now I really like amaretto, so let's see. Yeah, and it's soft too. Really good. So now we have another dessert, and it looks like 2 pieces of cookie with some kind of cream filling on the inside and some nuts, some more filling on top, and some chocolate. So let's see how this tastes. I don't know if I can take this one bite. I want to try and get all of it, but we'll see. And I think the filling, I feel like it tastes like coffee a little bit. And the breading is kind of like that Italian, like the Italian breading that you would, like the biscotti, just a little bit softer. All right, you try.
It is like the coffee, like almost like you're eating like a tiramisu where it's a dessert but it has some coffee in it. All the cookie parts are super soft, almost like a cake, even though it's in the cookie shape. Yeah, this is really, really good.
And it tastes like the biscotti, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this cream is almost like kind of like a marshmallow kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Like a texture?
Yeah. Like fluffy.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
Good job, Tirana. We are headed to the Dajti Express so we can get into a cable car to head to the top of the Dajti Mountain.
Now it's a little bit of a walk and it's not free. So we're gonna stop at the ATM, get some cash, and find a bus stop that will take us hopefully within 10 to 15 minute walk of the station.
We got 2 Byreks filled with cheese, and we weren't sure why they were 70 lek each because we saw them as 40, but they're massive. So we're gonna enjoy some of these.
Yeah, this is awesome. All the crispy phyllo and then the cheese center. And like Kati said, we got an extra large one, which is good because we're pretty hungry right now. We found a blue bus stop, or as they call it, porcelain. We're gonna see how long it takes us to get picked up, and hopefully we go in the right direction towards the mountain. We got dropped off at the corner, and it's gonna be a little bit confusing when you're waiting for the bus. Like I said, we crossed the street. There's like a white bus, there's a bus with like a yellow trim, and a bus with a green trim, a couple of different options. But the one that you wanna get in is all blue. It's the porcelain one. Like I said, it looks more turquoise. And from there you get on, and they don't take your tickets or your money for your tickets right away. Some guy comes along, I actually thought he was trying to get right past me, but he's the one who's gonna take your money. You get dropped off here, and then it's another maybe 10 to 20 minute walk once you get dropped off, continuing up the mountain to the express.
Oh please, this has to be it.
Definitely don't believe anyone who makes it seem super easy to get to Dajti Express from the city center of Tirana. It might have been easier if you're coming straight from the city, and I definitely recommend looking at the website to make sure you're on the exact bus, because there's all these kind of different kinds of buses, and we got on a bus that was kind of blue, but I guess there's a true blue porcelain one that maybe takes you a little bit closer. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to what bus you're getting on, because we even got one with a similar route as the porcelain one, and it definitely dropped us off way too far away. We had a big hike in front of us. So pay attention to where you're supposed to pick up the bus, where it's supposed to drop you off, and follow all the signs and take the major road up the mountain to be able to get to the express. And you're gonna see all kinds of different signs. They're gonna look a little bit different depending on where you are, but continue to follow the signs along the main road until you finally get here. I really hope they close the door before we start going up the mountain.
Same. Oh, it's going faster! Oh my god! Okay, I've never done something like this before. Wow, but it's beautiful. Wow. Is this guy just hiking the mountain? Brave soul. I know it's really hard to see with all these carvings on this window, but I promise you, it looks really awesome.
This is the longest cable car ride in all of the Balkans. You can definitely tell because it's not a straight shot up the mountain. You go over farmlands, we heard some chickens, saw some cows, there's some small little areas of water. It is quite a long journey and makes it worth the price of admission. The price to take the express is 800 like a person, so 1600 for Kati and I. And that includes your ride up and your ride down. But they said be careful because the last ride is at 5 o'clock. So we have to make sure we don't miss that because we do not want to hike down this mountain.
We did it. We made it. And here's all that we can do.
Looks like mini golf and adventure park are to the left as soon as you go through the lobby. But to the right, there's also mini golf, couples heart, and some other things. We're gonna check out to the right first.
Here we have a golf course, and Tirana even has bunkers in their golf course. I don't know why nobody's playing mini golf.
Right here on the very edge of the mountain with a great view as you've seen in other videos is the restaurant. And then not too far, really right in the lobby area, right when you get off in the first place, is that Belvedere Hotel. Both with amazing views and amazing spots to see the entire city and more. Surprisingly, for being the biggest tourist attraction in all of Tirana, this restaurant has an amazing view and has traditional Albanian food. But we didn't want to be too risky with anything, just do the safe bet, bruschetta, which looks delicious, smells delicious, and should be a good meal as we enjoy this amazing view.
So how was the bruschetta?
That was amazing. Everything was super fresh, from the cheese to the vegetables, and the bread is so soft. It's super delicious.
We ate it all.
So we made it to the top of the mountain. We explored a little bit and we saw that incredible view from the side of the mountain. Definitely be careful because there's guardrails, but there's definitely spots where there's not guardrails. And yeah, it was a little bit scary, a little bit herky-jerky getting up here. And like I said, we want to make sure that you do all of your research because it's not just obvious and easy to get here. And we recommend getting and trying to go out here a little bit early. I think they open about 9 a.m. So I get here early in the day so you have more time because we do not want to miss this 5 o'clock last car because we're not walking down this mountain. But worth all the hassle and all the headache to get here for sure.
Can you believe we're walking through a castle? Neither can I. It's because this Byzantine castle that dates back before the 1300s is now been repurposed and is filled with shops and some restaurants. And these restaurants are a little bit more overpriced than some of the other places we've eaten here, but we're gonna go ahead and dip into one of these restaurants to have some traditional Albanian breakfast foods. We're starting off with some coffee. I've got a little espresso here and Will has a latte. And it's been just really cool to see all these coffee shop and lounges kind of combined. It's both a coffee shop and a lounge where people just go and smoke and drink and just hang out with their friends. And these lounges and coffee shops are literally on every corner. And it's part of their culture. It seems like they just don't go out for big meals. We haven't seen too many big restaurants, but these lounges are everywhere and they just go and hang out with their friends.
Here we have patuja, the Albanian version of fried dough. It comes with honey and also some cheese on the side. In addition to that, we got an Albanian omelet. So it looks like eggs cooked, wrapped together, and then on the side it has fresh tomato slices, fresh cucumber slices, and some additional cheese. We're super excited to see how this tastes.
Okay, so we have these fried doughs. They're like dough, pancake balls, I guess. And I'm gonna cut one open. Yeah, so just some breading on the inside. And you're supposed to eat this with some honey and cheese. So I'm gonna put some cheese on this right now. And I know that combination sounds weird, but I've actually had a similar combo and it's absolutely amazing. The honey and the cheese combo, like it cuts a little bit of the cheese, and the pancake is nice and moist. They just came out right out of the oven. Definitely a great combination.
Tucked away behind the National Arts Gallery are some statues that used to be dispersed through the city, but are now relegated to one place, basically in this alley behind the Arts Gallery. There's one of Enver Hoxha, who was Albania's leader for about 40 years, and two very huge statues dedicated to his hero, Stalin.
So we were hoping to come check out the pyramid, and it looks like they're finally going to start renovating it. So unfortunately we can't go check it out, but maybe by the time you visit it, it'll be all done and ready for you to check out the newly done pyramid in Tirana. I've been wondering as we've been walking around, like, where are all the bunkers? Like, I imagined the bunkers kind of being popped up everywhere, and just a few blocks away from the big pyramid in Tirana, there's this little park, and there's at least, I think I see at least 3 bunkers already. So as we've been walking, I've definitely been seeing more of them, and they're really interesting to see.
We're outside of the former residence of Enver Hoxha, who ruled over Albania for about 40 years. And you can just come up right to his house, see his pool, see his house, and see right through the gate. It's pretty interesting. Two roads over from Enver Hoxha's former residence and very close to the Taiwan pool area, we found another hidden gem. I think it's called Ejona. It's a Mediterranean restaurant, and here's our great staff right here.
Faleminderit. What is the name of the restaurant?
Ejona.
Ejona. Okay, there we go. We were saying it wrong.
Apparently, it's pronounced Ejona. And this place is super cool and everyone is super friendly. They started us off with some bread and some olives, and they gave us a choice of red wine, which is not local to Albania, or the white wine. So we had to go Albanian. And these guys are super friendly. We just wanted to kind of hear or see what the menu was, and he took his time and read through everything and described everything to us as well. So we're kind of guilted into staying here, but I think we made the right choice.
Yeah.
Hello.
Here's our waiter. What's your name?
Ireland. So nice having you here.
Yes, thank you for hosting us.
Please, it's a pleasure.
I love it. Here we have some potatoes with Brussels sprouts, and the seasoning is basil and garlic, and there's some cheese kind of over it, and some corn, hard pieces of corn. Fantastic, delicious. And here we have an eggplant stuffed with mushrooms and some cheese and some sesame seeds kind of sprinkled on it, but the cheese is more of a sour cream kind of tasting, and everything is absolutely fantastic. The service is amazing. I'm having a blast here.
This is absolutely nuts. I still can't believe we stumbled across this. For our third course, I guess, we have a ravioli with blueberry and truffle cream, and it's stuffed with ricotta cheese. That's what it looks like inside. We're in our first lounge, which lounges are very, very popular here in Albania, especially Tirana. And we are trying for the very first time Raki. Now, it's not always in such a nice glass, so we're really happy with the presentation here. And this is not something that you just take shots of. You sip and you enjoy it. We're not sure what kind this is. It could be in plum or some other different flavors, but pretty sure this is just a traditional grape Raki. So let's try it.
Wait, how do you say the cheers?
Gazor.
Gazor. Gazor.
Yeah. Smells strong. What do you think?
It's strong, very like pure. This lady that at the shop where we got the patches from, she was telling us that the Raki is very healthy for you because you feel everything go from like from here down to your heart.
Yeah.
So we're drinking a very healthy drink.
Yes. Staying healthy on the road.
Yeah. And I feel warm too, instantly.
Yeah.
What do you think?
We're gonna have some more. That's delicious. Definitely too strong to chug that, but very nice to sip. I gotta say, it's absolutely unbelievable that we're here in Tirana right now, and we had an incredible time. Knowing that you couldn't visit this country because it was so isolated until 1991, and we met some incredible people, had some delicious, delicious food, and really enjoyed ourselves. We highly recommend that whenever you feel comfortable traveling again, you come and visit Tirana. And I don't think you'll be disappointed, because we sure as heck were not. This is WITY Travels. What could possibly be next?